So just talk about the season overall, how you were doing. I know you had a long year, obviously. You did
Yep.
well, but a very long year.
Yeah, no, I had a long year last year. Played a lot of events.
30 tournaments?
Something like that.
That was a lot.
Yeah, I mean it was a lot of, but it's what I needed. It's what you kind of need to do at that point. And I was started the year at 160, and so you kind of play where you get in. You play these events because you never know when you're going to make that transition or that big break. And so luckily, I didn't have a great trip down under last year. I won a couple matches in Auckland, but after.
The fall must have been tough, huh? Because you've been playing so much.
Yeah, so I was after the Open. I was pretty tired. I had a good Asia, quartered in Tokyo, won a round, and lost a tight one to John in Shanghai, and then Europe. I was pretty mentally fried. I went home after Asia, was just messed up with the time and everything, and then when I got to Europe, I knew it was going to be a tall task. But I went out there, I competed, and I came up a little short, but I left Paris with my head held high and off of a great year.
So by November, you say, okay, I'm going to relax a little bit. I'm not going to hit the ball.
Yeah, so I got home, a couple days before, Halloween, and I don't think I touched a racket for 2 or 3 weeks. I did some fitness, did a lot of stuff in the gym, but a lot of guys like to go on vacation or go on a holiday, and I just wanted to stay at home and enjoy my own bed for a few weeks, and so I didn't go anywhere. I live in beautiful LA, so was just kind of hanging by the beach. And
so you felt better?
Yeah, so I felt good. I felt like my mind was ready to go, and I feel fresh. I feel competitive. I feel like I want to go out there and compete and give it my all. And that's if I have that feeling, I know I can go out there and compete with anybody.
So new coach, am I right about that?
Yep. Yeah.
So how did that happen?
So Craig and I split after the Open.
Yeah.
He took a position with Ryan Sweeting.
Yeah.
It was nothing that ended poorly. It was just kind of a mutual thing that I know he needed. Wanted to try something new, and I was happy for him because this is what he needed to do. And so we still keep in contact. He's still part of. I still want him part of my tennis. When it's possible. And I know maybe our schedules aren't the same, but I've been working with Peter Lucassen since Asia. All off season, we played together at USC for 2 years. He was a coach at SC, a volunteer for us for 1 year, and he's been coaching the last few years. And I really feel like I get along with him. We've lived together for a few years. He kind of knows what gets me to tick in the right ways, and he knows my game well. He's hungry. He loves tennis. He's really a positive guy to have around. And
so what's the key? What is exactly you want?
from him, I feel like he could.
More aggressive, going to net more.
I definitely wanted to impose myself a little bit more. I feel like maybe at the end of last year I got a little too passive, but I really wanted to. I like to have the match on my racket. I like to kind of litter up the stat sheet a little bit with aces, serve volley. If the shot's there, I want to hit it. Not think twice about it. And so it's still kind of a learning curve for me. I don't want to be the guy that's running 30 feet behind the baseline every point. When it's there, I want to take my chances, put the pressure on these guys. I feel comfortable coming in. So that's what I like to do, and make these guys, if they come up with the goods, just at the tip of the cap and say too good.
Well, you're number 37 now. I mean, you got a real shot this year, I would say. Top 20, 15. I mean, you're moving, right? The way you want to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Would just love to keep getting better, keep moving forward, and I don't like to set a number or anything like that, because I feel like that maybe guys will get a little too attached to that. For me, I just want to get better every day. And kind of let the chips fall where they may. It's a long career I want to have. So it's not about tomorrow. It's not about this week. It's not about Australia. It's about the next 10 years and what I want to accomplish. And maybe it's not. Maybe this year isn't my year. But I just want to keep getting better and just that's kind of where my mentality is.
Sure, but coming to Australia, you're thinking, okay, I'm number 37. Possible you go to Australian Open, you'll be top 32, right?
Yep.
That'd be big.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, there's definitely the ranking goals are there. And I really want to come down here and do well, kind of impose myself, and not prove that last year was kind of a fluke or I did it on accident over a course of a few months. I know I'm a good tennis player, and I want to come down here and start off the year, show guys that I'm not an easy out. I got I've improved a lot over the last 6 months, and I want to show guys that and just go out there and use my competitiveness. And one of the things I'm most proud of myself. I don't give up or kind of throw in the towel. I really like to go out there and compete, and if the guy's just too good that day, he's just too good. But I'm going to make him earn it.
So can you got Nishikori coming.
Yep. Yeah.
Obviously, he played great last year, and you've been playing better. What kind of, what will make you happy?
A win. I'm going out there. I walk out on every court, expecting I'm going to win, regardless of who the opponent is on the other side. But Kay, is an unbelievable tennis player. He had a great run at the end of last year. Final the Open. Won a bunch of events in Asia, World Tour finals, you name it. He had a fantastic year, and he's earned the right to be top 10.
I'm sure you can see it, but he's got a lot more aggressive himself.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Michael's done a great job with him. He's been out in LA a ton, so we've practiced out in LA. But I played him once in grass last year, had set points in the second set, and I really had my chance to push him to a third and kind of. I feel like it's anybody's ball game from there. So I'm going to go out there with a game plan and just go out there and kind of try and execute.